They'll be calling you a radical. I'm holding a poll. So, which foreign influencer media has done more damage? TikTok or Operation Foxconn News? So they settle for less than $1 billion. Of course, nothing ever makes it to court. That's what these corporations do. Steal trillions, pay back $1 billion. Steal $1 billion, pay back $1 million. Not a deterrent, incentive. Fake news on Balco, on chemo. So I just want to ask you, by the way, this is an important video because another emergency closure on another river in Alaska. So here in the old USA, now America, Operation Foxconn News. How did they do it? One, it by Jetstream. Two, it by cable TV. Now, remember, for all you kiddies who don't get well because we're the ignorant have inherited the earth. Do you know anything about the foundation, the fundamental forming of this country? Who do we fight? And by the way, Fox News, what do they care? What's $1 billion to King Charles, your king? Your king. You remember his great-great-grandfather issued death warrants for every single person. You go to the Warship Memorial in Brooklyn, they rounded up every man, woman, and child, put them on boats, take them to be tried for treason. Had no trial, just like this, had no trial. Just left them out there. Let them all starved to death or drowned. So, ruthless. The empire started out as a British colony. Old England or a British colony. How did they do it? Won it by Fox News. So, who are we going to ban? Montana's banned TikTok. When are you going to ban Fox News? Fox News is a foreign entity. It's foreign. Run right out of the House of Windsor. What's $1 billion? He can go right over here to the Kennecott, to the Queen's Hole, and get a shiny rock. Get your shiny rocks. They're fine. Oh, fuck, I used to work there. She's the train coals go out of there with the stamps on them. Straight to Canada. So, they've closed another one in Alaska. Oh, we bought Alaska? From who? 2 cents an acre. Why don't we just go back to the old Russian Empire? Oh, that's what Putin wants. And the information that's coming out of the Big Z, if you don't think that is startling and stark, that this is the Illuminati, as I've said for years, they don't illuminate, they radiate. Sugar wars, molasses wars, textile wars, cocaine cowboys, the fur here, 200 years. These European oligarchs have been in here raping this land for 500 years. You don't think that's a big story? They don't illuminate, they radiate. So why the Department of Energy needs to be dissolved. The United States Department of Nuclear, and this is more proof, it needs to be dissolved. Fukushima. The Big Z. Yay, Operation Foxconn News calls the election in 2000. What? The other 30 networks called it for lay down Gore. Operation Foxconn News calls it for what? Who knew that the president's post him would be even worse than W? Here's the Democrats. Yay, one of the greatest, look it up, bench warrants all over the world for his arrest. One of the greatest war criminals in human history. Kissinger, got to talk to Henry before I go to Fukushima. That's Hillary Clinton. Who stole the election from Bernie Sanders? Bernie should have been president. Bernie, what? What are you talking about? What? Bush never won. Why not Afghanistan to kill? So the gift that keeps on giving, 9/11. What? Nobody from Iraq did shit to you. What? They were Saudis? Yeah. Let's go play golf with them. Let's start a new one. I mean, it's pathetic. It's pathetic what they've been able to pull off in this last 20 years. The old USA. Not America. It's disturbing. And the sheep go along. So, the Big Z, I'm the guy that named it the Big Z in Ukraine. The DOE comes out, yes, this CNN of all people have leaked this. Remember when Zucker? Yeah, that Zucker who's the boss at CNN, Trump's good buddy. Yeah, that's the same guy. We're not news, we're media. We're not media, we're not news, we're entertainment. Okay. They leaked this out. They dug through the documents, read through what? The DOE sent a letter to Rostom and says, we have very secret, top secret, exclusively owned by the United States DOE, non-proliferation technology. What? That's not what NATO says. In fact, that's against NATO. What is the U.S. doing in fucking nuclear reactors in Ukraine? And how long have they been there? Well, you go to that part of the world. Go ask Edward Teller. Go ask Oppenheimer. Go ask Albert Einstein. Teller, oh, he wanted to nuke everything. Let's bring it back. There's a renaissance in nuclear. Yeah, the only renaissance in nuclear is the nuclear renaissance pork. Nuclear renaissance in propaganda. Yeah, I'm free markets. I'm a mega dairy welfare freaking dairy farmer, which it's unarguable that dairy poisons you. I mean, you eating and drinking American dairy, you might as well, my dietitian, Kevin, you know, because I've been fighting cancer, you might as well put a gun in your mouth. Milk your cows 4 times a day. Get this mega dairy creep right here. Owns less than 100 acres, drained off a freaking wetland, and it's drawn literally hundreds of millions. Poisons, dumps his sewage right in the lower Weber River. Been caught, don't care, and calls himself free market. When he's drawn literally hundreds of millions of Weber, and then the government buys back the milk and they dump it down the drain. There's a business model. How about like you go to Europe? What's not to like about over there? Well, because they don't have a military industrialized war pig contract. I mean, both parties. You don't think the Democrats and Republicans are both parties completely military industrialized, beware of the, that's not a cliche, are complete war pigs. You don't know any. Went off to Afghanistan to kill the Taliban. Went off to Iraq to get a big. My flag's bigger than your flag. Yay. Yay. It's fucking disturbing. Went off to Vietnam to kill the Viet Cong. Boogeyman. We listened to records in the day. Didn't Bob Dylan write a song called ISIS? Boogeyman. They invented ISIS. Boogeyman. Oh, here they go. On cue. Oh, wings, we will pretend. That loot job. Fuck, there's one of those planes in China. Remember the Japanese pilot defected? How nice is the oligarchs make it rain in Ukraine? What? How's that war perpetuated to keep going on? Because the military industrialized complex. Fuck you, how much money they've made off that? Here. Proxy war in Ukraine at the Big Z. How long's he been there? As I said it long ago, I own the domain. I'll sell it for $5 million. Sugar wars, textile wars, molasses wars, cocaine cowboys, and it's just all coincidence that the salmon have crashed, the tide, wasting disease. Okay. What caused wasting disease? Oh, it's just coincidence. Fukushima wasting disease? Oh, it's wasting. Plutonium, as I named it all those years ago. So why the fuck would the U.S. have, and I could prove that it's war machine. That's why nuclear reactors exist. They're not there to make electricity, and you're falling for it. Yay, we're going to get fairy tale SMR, Santa Claus, Easter, but there's no SMRs. There's no such. Where's the next nuclear accident going to happen? There's no doubt in my mind. Idaho National Lab. That's where it's going to happen. They're up there fucking retesting something that doesn't work, condensing the same thing. This little fucking pig. It's going to blow. They've tested them for years. It happened before? I don't know. Happened at old Santa Suzanne. Happened on the White Sea in Russia on 8/8/2019. Killed all their nuclear physicists. They don't work. They're a sham. By the way, they leave waste too. And by the way, hell of a way to boil water. Einstein was right. Hell of a way to boil a planet. Kevin Blanch. March 12th, 2011. Nuclear energy. Clean, green. I mean, the propaganda. So there's a renaissance, all right? Whoa. Sun got my eye, coach. Sorry, sun got my eye, coach. Sun got my eye. Why the fuck? And they're talking proliferation, non-proliferation. Well, he's been there a while. You don't think he's got it? They're on the same team. Remember when the tornado hit at Paducah, Kentucky in 2014, I believe? And they got in there on the Moxville, well, you know, the Tower of Babel, like the one at Savannah River. South Carolina. They're still building it, by the way. They mothballed stuff, and they know it doesn't work, but let's still build it. They secretly bring back the MOX fuel from Japan. What didn't blow up and is all over you, Fukushima. They secretly stuck it in a hole at WIP. What are you talking about, WIP? That a guy in San Diego. I used to work for an architect, and we are a design firm, and we designed a nuclear repository that never got built. Never got built. They're already saying it's already full, and they expanded it. Remember the fire? I'm the guy that reported right there. Peterson Fabricators. Right here. Far West Utah. That was their canister that blew? Yep. They've been secretly putting in that hole in New Mexico for years. Oh, they'll tell you, we're going to stop, but we're going to... No, they're not. They don't have to. Congress, the law, because you're ignorant congressmen who fall, I mean, they just bow to lobbyists. You want to talk about sick fuckers. I mean, these lobbyists that work for the Nuclear Energy Crime Syndicate, that work for big agriculture, that work for the military, sick, they're Satan. You know, so it's unbelievable what they've done to this country. You need to learn to speak American. These politicians are so ignorant that it's unbelievable. Oh, I deal with them constantly. It's unbelievable. They are so ignorant, it is incredible. Ignorant, selfish people will elect ignorant, selfish leaders, George Carlin. Ignorant, selfish people will elect ignorant, selfish leaders on Balco. Where's Lenny Bruce when you need him? Where's George Carlin when you need him? So, they've closed another river in Alaska to Chinook salmon. There are no Chinook, but Idaho's going to open it on Earth Day. You don't think? You need to rake up the forest, Trump says. Trump and Obama are identical twins. Tell me what the difference is. Both parties run debt. Both parties never seen a military industrialized war pig contract they didn't love. Bush dumb, filled in Ogden out of Utah. Obama dumber. Right here. The 7-Eleven right there. Bush's bar right there on 24th Street. Trump dumbest. Sliding with senile Biden. Fuck, he's pathetic. They all are. I mean, Operation Foxconn News. So let's hold a poll. Which should get banned? They settle for $1 billion. What's $1 billion? Your king, King Charles, what's $1 billion to him? That's the real owners of Operation Foxconn News. Ask Rupert. Oh, fuck. What a sham they've done on this country. By the way, foreign media used to be banned in this country. That was the norm. Ask Paul Revere first. They come for the craftsmen. How did they do it? One by jet stream, two by... Poison the planet, the nuclear energy crime. Building new reactors on the ring of fire. Oh, yeah. There's never going to be a tsunami. Tik-Tok, we're going to save Diablo Canyon clock. I got my eyes, coach. Don't drop your nuclear waste. That's it. All my years as an anti-nuclear, which we're talking over 60, this is the biggest story I ever heard. It changes everything. It changes everything. What the fuck? Told you. The Illuminati! Oh, yeah. They don't illuminate. They radiate. They're on the same team. If Putin and you think Putin and Biden hate each other. Trump, Putin, freaking Obama and dumber. They're on the same team. It's status quo. They got everything they want. They got everything they want. Welfare pork is... The crazy train went off the rails a long time ago, the great Junction City. It's so fucking cold here. I mean, it's cold. It's 15, 20 degrees below normal again. Runoff hasn't even started. So, how long does I live to tell? You know, I'm like the Pacific Ocean. I got sick in 2011. It's never ended. Perpetual. Both of us hanging on by a thread, fighting back. Back to the old USSR. Gorbachev and Reagan to Tsar Putin and Bush, Obama dumber, Trumpy, Orange, oh God, your Lord and Savior? Wow, think about that. For you're about a false witness. Sliding with senile Biden? I'll prove it. Net neutrality. This is how ignorant Trump was. Net neutrality is the biggest blow to the First Amendment in history. When they killed net neutrality. Wasn't it a big blow to people like me, whatever? Trump had a veto pen. He could have signed it. He didn't. Then after he signs that into law to kill net neutrality, what about the shadow banning? He created shadow banning, then he doesn't know what. So here's Biden. One of his promises, he's been president for how long now? He's going to put back in net neutrality. Has he? Has he? Oh, he put up Gigi. She couldn't get through. Why couldn't she? Of course she could. They wouldn't even put it because he likes it just the way it is. They don't want to get rid of it. All you got to do, well, of course, the Democrats don't have Joe in West Virginia. Everybody knows he's a corporate. I mean, what he is, but they go talk to Lisa Murkowski in Alaska. Say, hey, she doesn't have to run for 6 years. They'll forget whatever she votes for. Voters' memory's that long. And so, go talk to him. Say, hey, can I put somebody up? It's 2-2. What kind of committee's sitting at 2-2? What? 2 plus 2. Oh, it's still 4, Winston. It's still 4. It's 6 or 8 or 8. You're lying. Winston, 2 plus 2 is whatever these oligarchs tell you it is. It's 1984 on Balco, on chemo. Orwell couldn't fucking dream it up on fucking mushrooms and fucking heroin and 3 hits of acid. Going, gone. You need to learn to speak American. American Vespucci's from Florence, Italy. He spoke Italiano and Spanish, by the way. When the Mormons got here, this was Mexico. Before it was Mexico in 1828, it was New Spain. Before that, the French Wasatch claimed it. 200 years they slaughtered the ecology here. These oligarchs around Europe have been fighting over this land for 500 years. What else is new? So, King Charles wrote a check. Go get some yellow rocks out of the Bingham copper mine. Guess who owns that? It's finite commodity. Okay. You believe whatever they shove down your throat. Sugar wars, textile wars. In Europe, they don't even call the Civil War here